Okay, guys, I'm here with Frank the Tank Blanton from AMPS Central Virginia. Frank, what'd you bring to AMPS Nationals this year?
Hey, so I brought one of my favorite Sherman tanks. This is an M4A1, which is a Lima production tank called Hang It In. It's a tank that served in Italy in December of 1944. They actually found a cafe umbrella and jacked it down into the machine gun pencil.
Okay.
There's a pretty famous photograph of it in the squadron book, which I also had put on a metal plate on the front of the display.
Oh, that's nice.
I've always wanted to do a decent model of this, and having some recent research in Son of Sherman it really helped me fulfill doing this model. It's a Tasca or Suka kit, 1/35 scale, a couple of DML figures. The fighting position here on the corner was that was kind of a side project. I always like to do, fighting position. There's a lot of abandoned stuff there, and because it was, on a rainy day in December, I thought this would give me a chance to do wet effects and mud effects. So it was a good way to stretch those skills out.
That is great, man.
Yep.
That is an awesome base.
Yep.
Awesome little vignette.
I found some color plates where I found how to do the color of the umbrella.
Okay.
So that really helped out, and I scratch built the umbrella out of wooden large cocktail stick and some plastic tubing and tissue paper.
Very cool. Yep. Great work, Frank. And
thank you.
Thanks for showing it off, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. All right, guys, I am here with Nick Butta, all the way from New York. Nick, what'd you bring to AMPS Nationals this year?
I brought the Rifle Striker kit.
Very nice.
And 128. So I use Atom paints on it.
Okay.
I use NATO green. Then I replaced all the lenses with anti-reflective.
Okay.
Fake nails.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Yep.
I see them.
So all the glass has anti-lasers on them.
That's cool.
Then I use city dust and rubble for the pigments.
Yeah.
To give it a dust effect like it's in the urban setting.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Thanks.
Very cool. I just picked up a Striker myself. It's a cool vehicle.
I actually really enjoyed building this kit.
Yeah.
It went together beautifully.
Yeah.
I didn't add in the aftermarket that they sell for it. I just built it out of the box.
Yeah.
I gotta get something to drink, and I'm
So the aftermarket you were using?
None.
None.
No, it's all straight out of the box.
Very cool. Yeah, that's beautiful. Those fans on the side, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Like I said, the whole kit went together beautifully.
Yeah, and you said you use those Atom paints. I've been using those. I like them a lot.
So do I, and they flow beautifully out of the airbrush.
And they brush on well too.
Yeah, I know. I only use them out of the airbrush.
Yeah, you can brush paint them.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Nick, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, guys, I'm here with Brian Fowler from AMPS Albany. Brian, what'd you bring to NATS this year?
I brought a diorama called Failed Gamble in the Ardennes, representing a knocked out Jagdpanther at the Battle of Butenbach at the beginning of the German offensive.
Very nice.
In this particular area, the U.S. First Army 29th Regiment held off the 12th SS Panzer for 3 days, and finally they had to stop. It was one of the major turning points of the Battle of the Bulge, where the Germans were turned back. And so I have this tank knocked out somewhere between the 18th and 22nd of December, when the battle was, and later on during the battle, we have the Battle of the Bulge, where the Americans bringing German prisoners back.
Very cool.
And this battle was fought at the beginning of the Battle of the Bulge, and there was no snow on the ground.
Okay.
It snowed later around Christmas. So that's why the tank, none of the German tanks had whitewash on them, because there was no snow. Mm-hmm. So this tank represents, it was knocked out at that time, and then you can see the snow fell, so it's not like underneath the tank.
Right.
The snow fell afterwards.
Very cool. And your guy surrendering, I do enjoy that.
Yeah, bunch of Nazi prisoners and a Nazi officer being interrogated over here.
Right. Very cool. Yeah,
and I believe they are all Nazis. They fought for Germany, so everybody's a Nazi.
Yeah. So, once you're in, buddy.
Yeah. So that's the Meng Jagdpanther which did not have an interior, and I put it in complete interior in it because it has these huge hatches so you can see inside.
Sure.
And then I have a dead guy inside because, you know, somebody had to be dead.
Oh, there he is.
And there he is, yeah.
I don't see him in the light on the phone real good, but there's the guy.
Yep.
Very cool.
And some of the fun parts here, you can see this, I used brass sheet, rolled it around a drill bit, and then soldered it, and then tore it up. That's the the gun cleaning tube.
Yeah.
So you can see here, it's all photo etch and metal that I used to make it look like a wrecked tank. All the tool racks are empty because the tank would have been stripped after it was knocked out. So, you know, the periscope, the machine gun, everything's gone.
Why do they strip them like that?
Well, the crew would take the machine guns.
Sure.
But other people would say, hey, there's a neat tool. I'll take the shovel.
Okay.
I'll take the pick. I'll take the this.
Just
I'll take the
vultures.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vultures, exactly.
Very cool. Very good work. What's that little guy right there? Is that just a...
That is a German mess kit. With the lid open.
Okay.
The lid open. And then here's a water bottle with the lid missing. And, you know, it's empty.
Nice. Very cool.
Little details. Like here, these are photo etched folded metal, the stowage bins. And then like the lid is blown off and down here and things like that. Man, just a lot of little subtle details.
Yeah, that is some gorgeous work. That's something I want to definitely try, is do some more knocked out vehicles.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can get some close up of the faces for like another angle.
Sure. But
I've been working on my figure painting to get them to be a little bit more expressions and realistic looking.
Yeah. Those are nice. Okay, Brian, thanks for sharing, and good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, I'm here with John Hale. John, what'd you bring to AMPS this year?
I brought my remanufactured Ford Motor Company M4A3.
Okay. What makes it remanufactured?
It's an early tank. It was probably manufactured around August 1943.
Okay.
It's got the direct visions on it.
Okay.
The direct vision box.
Okay.
So around early 1945, late 44, 45, they remanufactured it. They added a bunch of applica armor and a bunch of other little fittings to bring it up to current standards.
Okay.
And then this vehicle was shipped to Okinawa.
Okay.
And served in Okinawa in 1945.
Very cool. Yeah, I like your foliage you got there. Very nice. Did you do anything special this tank? Any aftermarket?
Oh yeah, it's full of aftermarket.
Okay.
Aftermarket and scratch built. Tiger model design lower hull or upper hull. Tiger model design. No, I think that's the only thing Tiger model design. It's got a bunch of HD models, 3D printed accessories on it. Panzer Art road wheels, 3D printed tracks.
Very nice.
A lot of scratch built weld beads.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a welder, so I love when people take time with their weld beads. Very nice work, my guy. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you for sharing, John, and good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, everybody. I'm here with Mike Sacklin from AMPS Atlanta. Mike, what did you bring to the show this year?
Well, we've got the Dragon Type 2 Kami, 1/35 scale. Went ahead and added the Master Club tracks to it.
Okay.
Did some general weathering, salt stains and whatnot with oils.
Yeah.
A lot of the lower hull was painted with very thin layers of Tamiya, dark earth and whatnot to give it that kind of stained look to it. And then just kind of pick some highlights and things, made a little bit damaged with the cables broken. And Bob's your uncle on this one.
That's
so
awesome.
I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun with it.
It's such a unique vehicle, too. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, the Japanese armor is very underrepresented. We're kind of a tight, merry band of idiots that go ahead and build this stuff. So yeah. I think there's a lot to offer. I mean, you've got a lot of different schemes and camouflages, even though they didn't perform remarkably well. It's kind of like Italian armor as well. You have to have a special love for it. So
yeah, it is kind of a diamond in the rough,
Well, there's a lot of, and believe it or not, the Japanese did a lot with a lot of these platforms. They just, had one or two, and then they expanded upon it like the Germans did in World War II. So they had a lot of expedient measures were made out of necessity rather than, you know, and resource and ingenuity rather than development. So
Right. So Japanese armor is your niche.
Japanese armor is, you know, I do like Stugs and whatnot, but
Yeah.
you know, and early war Panzers. So like, you know, Panzer ones and Panzer twos, a lot of everything that isn't mainstream. So you know, I kind of gravitate
Exactly.
toward.
I mean, how many Panzer IVs and Tigers and Shermans can you see? You know?
Well, yeah, that's why I like, you know, you put something like this on the table, and it's like everybody's like, oh, something different for a change.
Absolutely.
So you know, it attracts people's eyes. I enjoy building it, and that's why I do what I do.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Chris Grader from AMPS, Vermont, and also known from Grader Woodworking. So if you want some pretty awesome wood bases for your models, this is the guy to hit up. And you got a few things in display here at AMPS Nationals. What do you got, Chris?
I do. So I decided to bring 5 of my models I've done in the past. They've all been in AMPS, and they've all won gold medals here. The first one is the M9 Ace. It's an Army engineering vehicle. And I just put it on a very simple base showing what it can do. It basically has a dozer in front, and it can also scoop up dirt, and basically it builds berms and so forth like that.
Okay, very cool. I like that all your plumbing on the inside there.
That was all added by hand from solder and wire.
Yeah.
And then another thing was the vehicle, the kit itself didn't come in any non-skid, so I had to add all the non-skid.
Sure.
And then the markings were added, dry transfers, added a little figure. He's kind of popping in there in the head. You can barely see him. And there's a few scratch items on here and some simple stowage.
Awesome.
And then we got here back. This is the Iraqi version of the M1A1.
Oh, okay.
We actually gave them to them after the Iraq War, or during the Iraq War, actually, kind of after they prop them up. And it depicts when they were fighting ISIS.
Okay.
And kind of unique, they added this funky cage armor on the side. We're not really sure why.
I think that's spaced armor or something?
Yeah, something. The only thing we can think of is like for RPGs or something like that. So again, really neat kit. This came with Chris Morosco and Brett Avant owns Sabo. They produced this and also the decal, so I use that.
Okay.
And then some basically simple storage again.
Yeah.
These cinder blocks were actual miniature cinder blocks, which I used. Again, little vignette type thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I like the ISIS flag on the ground.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that one I printed off the internet and basically shrunk it down and then basically just wet it with white glue and put it in place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
And then up here, this for the Vietnam theme. This is one I did years ago. It's a M113 armor cav vehicle. Depicts a vehicle in Vietnam. Very simple. I really didn't do anything. It's just basically out of the box. Simple base, a little weathering.
What kit is that?
This one is, trying to remember right. I want to say AFV Club.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So, and then we have the Scimitar, which it's a British vehicle during the first Gulf War. And added the shroud to it, some minor kit details. The headlights were hauled those out and added some epoxy in there, made the flag from a dry transfer. Simple base. Really like, this was another AFE kit too, I believe.
Yeah, that's a cool kit.
Yeah.
It's a cool tank.
Yeah, nice little vehicle. I actually got to see one up in Oshawa, which is near, it's in Ontario, Toronto. They actually had like 4 or 5 of them, and they actually brought in the crews from England. And they ran them around. It was really, really cool to see.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then a D9.
Yep, and back here we have the D9. This is depicts an actual vehicle called Critter. There was 5 of them in the group. They all had different names. This is the Ming kit. And there were some things I added, like there's some plumbing lines missing and stuff like that. I added everything on the interior as far as stowage, opened that up. This kit was actually the IDF version with the cage armor, so I got rid of that and backdated it to the US version. And then looking at the reference photos from this in the Iraq-Afghan War, the cage up here actually had a lot of battle damage, so I represented that.
Oh yeah, very nice.
I put it on a simple base. This groundwork is actually dirt from my backyard.
I love that.
So white
nice
glue.
personal touch.
Yeah, nice personal touch. Patent, by the way. Copyright on that. So yeah.
Very nice. Good work, man.
Thank you. That was a really fun kit to build.
Yeah, I've
really
heard people like that kit a lot.
They do. It builds up to a really impressive vehicle, display wise, and it's a fun little kit to build. It's not very hard. There's a lot of parts, but it's not challenging.
Very cool. And all these have won before at AMPS?
They have, yeah.
Cool. So just kind of retired them, let them do their exhibition cycle?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Chris. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Wade Hachinsky from Kansas City, and he's with Kansas City AMPS. Wade, what'd you bring to NATS this year?
I brought my little T-34, 1/72nd scale. This was a club build we had a local contest, and we did 1/72nd scale armor for the club build. This was my first attempt at a 1/72nd scale that I actually finished in about 35 to 40 years, and I did a lot of fun things with it. I experimented with some color modulation and some chipping and weathering and some battle damage, and painted a little figure there, some rust effects. I think it has about 7 layers of paint on
Really?
it. Yeah, to get to all the different variations. One thing that with something so small, you need a lot of contrast to make it pop.
That makes sense.
So,
yeah, I think you did such a good job in the scale of the weathering and the chipping, like all the things you just mentioned, the modulation. Seeing the interior is great.
Yeah. Also, I added cast iron texture to the hull and to the bow gun mantlet.
Yeah, you can really see it in the camera here.
And with the soot on the barrel and the soot coming off of the exhaust there, that's actually just many very thin layers of acrylic glaze to get that kind of
all right, that's
that
cool.
effect there.
And I love the grass and the mud. I told Steve Munzel pointed this out to me, and I said to him, I know I'm zoomed in right now, but I'll zoom out and you guys can see how small that is on the table. And when you lean in, it's like a kaleidoscope of details, like more and more just comes out of it.
Want me to put a size comparison here?
Sure. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I mean, smaller than a $20 bill. So it's so impressive. And your mud looks great. Your mud and your weathering looks great. And it's blended together very well. Nice work. So,
Want me to spin it?
Sure. Yeah. Very good.
Wood grain on the box.
Yeah. Man, that is impressive. I kind of want to do a 72nd scale thing now.
They don't take a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretty much straight from the box.
Mm-hmm. What kit was this?
This is the Dragon T-34 76 mod 1942.
Okay. Very cool. And then, I don't know, Steve was telling me you've been out of modeling for like 30 years or so?
Yeah, so I modeled as a kid into my teen years, a little bit in my early 20s, but I went off to college, went off to medical school, went in the Navy. And then now that I'm a little bit more settled, kids are out of the house, I got back into it about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So about 35 years out of it.
Yeah. I mean, jumping back in and still having this level of skill, I mean, very impressive.
It's interesting because I used to use had to use enamels, and the acrylics are so much better. You can do so many things with acrylics.
Yeah.
To get depth to models and some fun things.
I think I probably started modeling maybe in the mid 2000s. I remember enamels were still around, but all the lacquers and the acrylics were coming into play. But very cool. All right, Wade, that is an impressive piece. I'm pulling for you to come out with some bling, some high-ranking bling, in my opinion. I didn't judge anything this year, but if I could put my input, there's big fat gold on that for me. So,
well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Wade. Thanks for sharing, and good luck this weekend.
All righty.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Mark Kaser. He came all the way in from Michigan. Mark, what'd you bring to the show this year?
This year I brought my little Dragon 1/72 scale Stug IV.
Okay, and that's him right there.
Yes, it is.
Very nice. Now, we were talking last night. You're primarily an aircraft guy, right?
That is correct.
So what does as armor count? How many armor models have you done, including this one?
This will be 2. I have one sitting on the bench currently that is about 96% done.
Mm-hmm.
My little Stug here was the very first like foray into armor. I kind of chose that just because I like the Dragon kits, and I thought, well, if I can muddle my way through a 72nd scale,
Yeah,
that'll at least give me a good idea of what a bigger scale is going to bring.
that looks really nice. And do you do anything special to it out of the box? Any aftermarket?
Primarily out of the box. I was pretty impressed when Dragon came out with this particular line, just because they do include some enhancements like the photo etch Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked the look of the Stug, so that's kind of like why I went with this one.
Yeah, the Stug's awesome.
Yeah, and outside of that, other than adding just the radio mass, I kind of kept it straightforward box build.
Yeah, and I like your little base too. You do that a lot? Is that a first time thing?
Yeah, that for this, I just felt that I kind of needed something other than just a plain little base, and that's the one thing that really kind of sparked my interest, like in getting more into armor, was the fact that there's so much more you can do with base work, and even now, just the amount of stuff that's changed over the years with doing more landscape base work.
Yeah.
It's really, to me, it's pretty intriguing, and I want to like expand into that more.
Yeah, you did some good work, man. Very cool. Well, thank you, Mark. That is some impressive work, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, I am here with Josh Orr, all the way from South Dakota, with Black Hills Scale Modelers in
Northern Colorado AMPS.
Northern Colorado AMPS. Awesome. Josh, what did you bring to Nats this year?
The one we're looking at here is my T-54 Syrian.
Very nice.
Built from a TACOM kit, pretty much straight from the box, just file tracks.
Okay. And
a neighbor barrel, I guess.
Okay. Was those are these markings part of that kit?
Yes, I just copied the decals and made stencils and painted them on.
Yeah. So we peeped this at the Posse House Thursday night, and it really caught my eye. Your layers of weathering and chipping are really great. How'd you pull that off?
Thank you. That was a combination of hairspray chipping. Well, it was all hairspray chipping, actually. And then the weathering is all with oil paints and pigment.
Yeah. And the other thing I'm starting to notice here is there's clearly a two-tone camo.
Yep.
And in my mind, I thought that was sand buildup. I mean, that's how good it looks. It almost looks natural that way.
Yeah.
Very nice, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's such a cool subject, too. Now, Syrian, is this from any particular conflict?
Kind of like that 6-day war period.
Okay.
In that area. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense with a T-54. Very nice. I'm not trying to blow smoke here, Josh, but this is probably like one of my favorites I've seen this weekend. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. Right on. Well, thanks for sharing, Josh, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Rod Kuntz from Northern Colorado AMPS. Rob, what'd you bring to Nationals this year?
Machina Krieger, a Wave 120th SAF suit.
Okay.
Painted up to resemble or take influence off of Russian World War II armor.
Oh, yeah, I like that with the white band and everything.
Yep.
So did you do anything special with this? Add any aftermarket?
No aftermarket. The antenna, the loop antenna around the top is just stretched sprue and some wire. I did add texture to the suit using the normal Tamiya putty and all that good stuff. And then apart from that, just paint chipping with 2 different colors of 4 OBO.
Very cool. I like your base too. It's a very nice little base.
Thanks.
Something I come away from AMPS is I need to start getting my base game up. Now, Machina Krieger, can you give us a small overview what Machina Krieger is and what makes it so
I'm the worst at that.
Okay.
I got pulled into it by another club member, Brian Krieger.
Okay.
and just kind of admiring his stuff. And it's basically like a dystopian futuristic thing. It started out at the same time as Gundam. And Gundam kind of took off, and Mac kind of stayed in the background a bit.
Yeah.
But it's inspired by World War II armor.
Yeah.
That's kind of the outline of it. It's really creative. Gives you a large room to personalize the models in any kind of way you want to, because there's no set schemes. There's no set ideas other than kind of just a generic outline of what visually everything is.
Very cool. Very nice. It's very impressive, man.
Thanks.
I might have to, I know the Posse guys do it a lot, and that might be something I'm going to have to try here in the near future.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun.
Okay. Does Brian Krieger know his name is Brian Machina Krieger?
He might. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he might.
Sweet. All right. Thanks, Rod.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
All right, guys. I'm here with Bill Moore from World of Armor on Facebook. Bill, what'd you bring to Nats this year?
I brought a few. Brought a S-51, which is right here.
Okay.
This is a self-propelled gun. And actually that gun has wheels for it. If they want to take it off the vehicle, they can have it in tow as well. So,
wow, that's
135 scale from Trumpeter.
Okay.
I used Tamiya paints on it for the base color. Used all kinds of AK weathering supplies, pigments.
Yeah.
502 oils to detail with. Leaves on there and grass on there.
I was about to say, I love the leaves and the debris, especially down in that compartment. Now, what country would this be? Russian?
That's a Russian tank, yeah, from World War II.
Okay. Very cool.
Thank you.
That's some gorgeous work, man.
Yeah.
Did you add any photo etch or anything?
No, it's straight out of the box. I don't think of that. Well, one thing that I added were the chains.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of chain down there, and then there's some chain over here.
Right.
The barrels and the tarp rolled up.
Yeah. Very nice.
And it will be going on a base. So
yeah.
So I haven't got that far yet.
Very cool. I love the color.
Well, thank you very much. Modulated it.
Yeah, the different hues of greens and stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nice. Now you do World of Armor. What is World of Armor?
World of Armor is just a Facebook page that I'm a big model builder, big fan, and I was on Facebook years ago, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start my own page. That was 2021. We're up to 1,400 members now just on Facebook.
Nice.
So it's, a lot of people are bumping into it, visiting. Great people. I mean, very well-known modelers, and I've got modelers from around the world: Thailand, all over Asia, Hong Kong, Rome, Italy. A lot of the Europeans are getting active now, and it's really cool. You just go on there, just post your stuff, and let everybody see it.
Yeah,
you'll have a good time with it.
I'm gonna hop on there and follow it because I definitely want to do that. And
I'd love to have you.
I'm mainly an aircraft guy. I've been getting armor a lot more. This is my second AMPS, so
cool.
Definitely trying to learn as much as I can and push that envelope.
Well, another good thing about the Facebook page with the membership that we have is if you ever have a question, ask one of the builders, and they'll be more happy to help you out. So that's
awesome.
the kind of community we got.
I love
going.
that connection. Yeah.
And I've learned a lot from my members as well.
Yeah. So very cool. Right on. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. That's some great work, and good luck this weekend.
All right, man. See y'all.
Thank you. All right, guys. I'm here with Jensen Taylor from the UK, also part of the Plastic Posse podcast. Jensen, let's see the legendary KV1 we've heard all about.
Well, here she is. The as it tracks for me, the 11th hour build.
Yeah.
It's something I always do for some reason. I always know I have these shows coming up, AMPS, SMC, and then I have all these ideas in mind. I never decide on them, and then it gets like 2-3 weeks before a show. I'm like, okay, I really need to crack on and lock in.
Right.
What usually helps getting these builds done is TJ usually likes to talk a lot about how I never get stuff done and it will never make it to the show.
He's gotta light the fire, huh?
It works. I'll give him that. He's a good motivator.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still convinced this year for this show he was adamant it was not going to make it. I know he was trying to encourage me for SMC, but for this one, nah. I'm convinced it wasn't going. I'm convinced he was convinced it wasn't going to happen.
I love that you proved him wrong, though.
that's where I get my jollies. Yeah, with TJ Ron, because he's like the most vocal guy you'll ever meet. It's just fun to shut him up.
Yeah. So what kit is this?
This is the Riffield 1942 production simplified turret KV1.
Okay. And did you do? Now I see your pine branches. Where did you get those from?
So those are the RT diorama 3D printed ones,
Okay.
35th scale ones. Yeah, they're really good, very fragile. So I painted them on the supports. I know a lot of people don't. I painted them on the supports, and then I used a hairdryer and a scalpel to remove them afterwards. Heating them up makes them so much easier to remove from the supports.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of amazed, like these days with 3D printing, like the individual needles and stuff. It's really impressive.
Oh yeah, those are. Yeah, I couldn't imagine how you do that pre 3D printing, short from getting the real thing. Do you do anything else to it besides the branches? Any aftermarket?
Yeah, it's got from Ian. I got some full model metal tracks. They weigh an absolute ton. They were the nicest metal tracks I've actually made. Sometimes full can be a bit hit and miss, but they didn't need drilling out. None of them were bent. They were cast really nicely. So yeah, they were really nice to put together.
Yeah.
Also, the Riffield upgrade set for the kit. I didn't use all of that. I did get I started soldering the PE fenders.
Yeah.
First time soldering anything, it just wasn't working for me. It's something I've got to come back and get better at. But
yeah,
I've got an Alpine miniatures figure on top. But apart from that, no, it's pretty much out of box. I could have probably gone to town, added lots of stowage, but looking at research and the references for this vehicle itself, there wasn't really anything on it.
Very cool, man. That is great. Congratulations on hitting your deadline, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful work, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jensen. Okay, guys, I'm here with Kevin Kelly. He's from Three River AMPS over in Ohio. Kevin, what'd you bring to Nationals this year?
So I brought a 1/48 scale Pershing. It's the Tamiya kit. It's sitting on a foam base that's got some basic groundwork on it. It's supposed to be depicting kit markings, which is a Pershing that was used in the Incheon landings in Korea.
Okay.
And it's a basic build with the exception of it's got a lot of value gear. It's got some custom stowage so it meshes with the value gear stowage a little bit. It's almost all AK products with the exception of the groundwork. It's AK real colors, third gen paints for the brush paints, and actually the War Game enamel dust pigments are what I've used for the dust, which I find work out really well.
Yeah, it looks like it really nice, and I like where it all settled in the nooks and crannies and everything.
Well, and usually when you get it on there, you might have a little bit of bleed over that cleans up really nice just with some odorless thinner, and you can really work it really nice.
Yeah, that's very cool, and I like your little corner, your Korean hut there in the background.
Yeah, I tried to kind of model this off of a picture that I found on the internet of it was an M46 patent coming up over a hill with a hut in the background that unfortunately I don't have any tchotchkes or anything, and broken chairs and stuff in 1/48 scale. So I was going to make it a diorama, and now that it's finished, I'm kind of lost interest, and it's going to be difficult to finish it. So I think it sits as it sits now.
Yeah, I like how it turns out, and we all run into that problem. There's always one more thing you can do, but you just need to be done.
Right.
Just need to appreciate what you accomplished. Right on. Well, thank you so much, Kevin.
Absolutely.
I really enjoy your piece.
Thank you very much.
Good luck this weekend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, I'm here with Ted Octobits with Baton Rouge, Louisiana Scale Modelers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. And what'd you bring to the Nats this year?
I brought a gun truck, Vietnam gun truck.
Okay.
I replaced the 50s that came with it with the Dragon 50s quads. The ammo chutes and everything were rebuilt because they weren't correct.
Okay.
And I cast all the ammunition for the guns.
Really?
And also the shells. I used a pattern from Russia. I don't remember who it was. Some kind of.
So when you cast those, do you cast them in those big groupings, or is it individual shells?
They're in a mold, and they're individual.
Okay.
And once you get them, then I paint them. I have to clean them and paint them, and then you just break them off.
Okay.
Just all comes off. Then you got the little clips in the bottom down here. That's all done. Yeah.
I told somebody, I've walked by this multiple times. I said, you can hear those shells clattering around when you look at this piece.
And I added some photo etch for the gun. That the gun shield is scratch built. I put that on because I was watching TV. You know, YouTube has a bunch of the gun trucks, so I was kind of doing this. I changed the decal on there. I did not like it, so I put the War Wagon and modified this side shell.
Yeah.
Because it's an AFV kit and it isn't made like that. I also put the windshield on here because the other one just had a bar going across it. Did not like that.
And you got a carton of smokes. You got to have your heaters in the gun truck.
Yeah. I've got a little bitty 60 mil M16 in the back down there.
There it is.
Yeah, I found that. I got a bunch of those from somebody. I don't know what the publishing company, but I got a pack full. I didn't bring all the material that I wanted to in there. And then the cooler was from a kit, and then I molded it too. I made a mold of it.
Very cool.
Go for it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's gorgeous, man. Like I said, this one, every time I walk by, it's been catching my eye, and I always have to keep looking at it. So this is up there with one of my favorite pieces I've seen so far. Very cool. And now we'll cut over, but you got a really cool artillery piece we're going to take a look at.
So
what piece is this?
This is a 90 millimeter anti-aircraft gun that was used Second World War. It comes from Commander's Resin Company. This is all resin.
Yeah.
So, and it was a lot of it had to be rebuilt.
Wow.
Yeah, the kit was not that, has issues.
How fun was that?
It was trying.
Yeah.
So they rebuilt the barrel.
Yeah.
A lot of the tubing, the hydraulics and stuff, I had to add on.
Yeah.
And then clean up a lot of the resin in there.
Yeah. So then those wheels in the trailer were resin as well?
All this is resin. Everything in here is resin.
And what is this kit here?
This is the Hobby Boss high-speed M4 tractor.
Okay, cool.
And I opened up the back for the shells for the 90 millimeters. That's the way it goes in there.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. That's awesome, man.
And also put the supplies. That was a lot of stuff from Value Gear.
Oh, yeah. Our friend Steve. He's always hooking us up.
Uh-huh.
Very cool, man.
And that's an Azuga a 50 cal.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really unique piece. And the fact that you decided to take the challenge of a resin artillery piece is pretty
nobody
cool.
makes a model kit of it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So that's what you're stuck with.
Yeah, that's what you're basically stuck with is
cool.
that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know you got a few more on the table, but those two really caught my eye, and I thought you did a great job, man.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck this weekend.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, guys, I'm here with Robert Halleck, also from Baton Rouge, Louisiana Scale Maulers. And Robert, what'd you bring to AMPS this year?
I brought 7 kits, including this South African Defense Force G6 Rhino self-propelled 155 millimeter howitzer.
Okay, very nice. And what kit is this?
This is a Tacom kit.
Okay.
It has a Voyager photo etch set, and it has Value Gear.
Yeah, of course.
The figures are from Djitsi. They are South African figures.
That's very cool. And that camo pattern they got on there?
Yeah.
So is this a scheme that comes in the TACOM kit, or is this something you found online and you replicated?
It is. I think it is on the TACOM kit, but I'm not sure. I mean, it is. I did have reference to do it.
Nice. That is a cool kit. How did it go? How did it go together?
It went together really well. It's a very good kit. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, TACOM's pretty solid that way. And that's a big boy.
Yeah, sure is.
To get it all in there. Did you add any photo etch, any resin?
Yeah, Voyager photo etches on it. And like I said, the stowage is all Value Gear.
Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, that's a really unique piece.
It's really cool to see it on the tables.
Thanks, Robert. Good luck this weekend. You're welcome. All right, guys, I'm here with Brad Belsheim, and he came from Ohio, where he's part of Lake Erie AMPS. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool. And what'd you bring to Nats this year?
But actually a bunch of stuff, but right here we've got some Commonwealth stuff.
Yeah.
I have my Tortoise.
Very cool. And what kit is this?
That is the main kit.
Okay.
Been modified from the main kit is based on the prototype that's at Bovington Tank Museum.
Okay.
And the prototype was made out of mild steel.
Yeah.
On British tanks, mild steel vehicles would have a red triangle right around here.
Okay.
So that you didn't accidentally take a non-combat vehicle into combat.
Oh, okay.
The other thing it has that the prototype doesn't have is on this side, it has a shell ejection port, which is not on the prototype.
Okay.
And so I added that and scraped off the triangle, and it's got a metal barrel. And the machine gun barrels are also metal.
Okay, that's awesome. And so what did they develop this tank for?
To go through the Siegfried line.
Okay, so just...
Yeah, the specific purpose was to go through the Siegfried line.
Yeah.
They made 12 of them, I believe. And they all actually ran real well and ran in West Germany until late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
And then they were all retired and broken up except for the prototype, which is at the museum.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's just kind of like a big rolling bunker, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Very cool. That's nice work. I love your paint work and your modulation and everything you got going on here.
Thanks.
And your chip, I really love your chipping too.
Thank you.
Good work, man. Right on. Well, there you are. Thank you, Brad.
All right, you're welcome.
Good work and good luck this year. Thanks. All right, guys. I'm here with Jeff Feller from Novamps in Virginia. Jeff, what'd you bring to Nationals this year?
I brought a Sherman Firefly. It's one of many Sherman Fireflies here.
Yeah.
But this represents a Canadian Firefly in late war, about February 45. And it is based on a famous photo of a tank just bogged down, like totally bogged down in the mud, covered almost all the way up to the top of the bogies. So really wanted to do that. It also has the classic sort of added armor of a bunch of used Sherman tracks. So I put different types of tracks on there to show that.
I really appreciate those welds.
Yeah, and then this is not to get super Sherman nerdy, but this specific Firefly was built from an Alco-based hull, and it has some very specific details like the rounded off of applique armor.
Yeah.
And then I redid all the welds, did all the texture on it. It has M36 model 3D printed bogies from Jackson Stanton. The turret interior has all been scratch built with a breech from ResiCast because I wasn't sure if I was going to put a figure in it or not. I ended up putting a figure in it, but you can still see some of the interior, so it wasn't completely a waste.
That's very cool.
Actually seated in the turret.
Yeah, I love the texture and everything you got on here, too.
Yeah, and I did a lot of post shading. I did a lot with sort of zenithal lighting to just try and get some kind of extreme light, lights and darks.
Yeah. Anything else special on here that you threw on?
Well, the one thing I'll highlight is the base, because everybody always gives me trouble about my bases. So I'm also a woodworker, and so this was built from teak that I custom milled in my workshop, and then trying out some new techniques with laser engraving. So the plaque was done on a laser engraver. So designed it and then put it on the laser engraver. Trying something new, something cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I really like it. The bogged down in the mud and everything. Good work, man. Yeah, that base is pretty awesome. You should. Hey, you know what you should do? You should make those and sell them to people.
I don't know.
Right on.
I'll stick with doing it for my friends for now.
Okay, cool. Right on. Well, thank you, Jeff. That's a pretty good looking Firefly there, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Austin.
Sweet. Okay, guys, I'm here with Sean P. Carr from Albany AMPS in upstate New York. Sean, what did you bring to Nats this year?
I got two models. The first model I brought is this World War I period Rolls-Royce armored car.
Okay. Is this the Ming kit?
It is the Ming kit that's been pretty heavily reworked.
Okay. What's the rework you did on it?
The turret has been fully replaced. The kit turret is pretty good for the kind of 1920s and 1930s variants of the Rolls-Royce, but it's completely incorrect for the World War I version.
Okay.
So I had a friend of mine design up and 3D print a replacement turret for it that more accurately reflected the World War I dimensions. Also replaced a lot of the rear kind of cargo area. Did a lot of the wood grain scribing in there, replaced the brackets that support those running boards in the back.
That's nice. I like that wood grain.
Also replaced the armored driver's bonnet or visor that protects the drivers in here, because the kit piece again is incorrect for World War I period. So.
And RNAS?
Royal Naval Armored Car Division, or Royal Naval Air Service.
Okay.
They were initially created as a light armored force, initially for kind of retrieving downed pilots behind the lines. They were a quick strike force to go in and rescue armored pilots, and then they also get used quite a bit as, you know, filling a hole or patching a hole in the line because of their mobility. A brigade of them, or one squadron, gets sent down to Southwest Africa and serves down there, and that's where this little vignette is set.
What is so all this little stowage? Like, we got all these straps and stuff on the side. Where'd you get all this from?
Some of it's scratch built, some of it's value gear. There's a mix of legend in there. Some of the tarps I built. But quite often these vehicles are shown with all of the gear kind of strapped to the running boards. The tent poles for their tents kind of strapped to the side of the vehicle. They wouldn't have used this rear area simply because the doors to get into the vehicle are directly in the back there. So
very cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I like your base too. I feel like you really captured South Africa.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time looking at what the soil and kind of area in Namibia looks like. And it has that very iron-rich red soil that you see in Vietnam or here in the American South. So I was really happy with how that one turned out.
Very cool. Yeah, I like it a lot, man.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for sharing it with us, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.